During the Afghan War, BMP-2s and ZSU-23s proved effective at suppressing enemy infantry in open areas. However, they offered limited protection. So, in 1985, the Chelyabinsk tractor plant was tasked with designing a vehicle to bridge this gap, and one of them was the Object 782. The details surrounding the vehicle's mobility remain classified, but we do know the tank was built on the T-72 hull with the engine remaining in the rear, and we can estimate its weight to be around 50 tons. The weight, paired with an 840 horsepower V84 engine and standard transmission, would have provided acceptable mobility in European terrain, but may have proved inadequate in the rough, high-altitude conditions of Afghanistan. Therefore, it is also possible the transmission and engine were adjusted in light of the requirements of the environment. The vehicle had 7 crew in total. The driver sat in the center of the front with a grenade launcher operator either side of him. The gunner and commander were located in the low-profile turret, and the 2 machine gunners are positioned at the rear. One strange thing is that I couldn't find the hatches through which the machine gunners would enter. The driver, grenade launcher operators, and turret crew all have their own hatches, so perhaps they use a turret hatch, but this would have made emergency escape difficult. To fit the extra crew and gun ports, the T-72 hull was both raised and widened. The exact level of protection is also not public, but it's likely it was resistant to at least heavy machine gun fire and large artillery fragments. If the tank was to enter service, it would also certainly be filled with ERAs such as Contact 1 or Cactus to boost defense against the influx of foreign ATGMs into Afghanistan. Depending on the batch of the T-72 used, it would also provide better protection against landmines over T-62 tanks in the region, as the bottom plate was thickened by 5mm. The armament is like a return to World War I and interwar land battleship tank philosophy. 2 hull-mounted 40mm bulk and grenade launchers with coaxial 7.62 machine guns sat at the front. The turret had a 2A70 100mm gun which could fire the laser-guided 9M117 family of ATGMs, giving it the ability to take down IFVs and some BMPTs. It could also fire HE rounds, such as 30F32 and 30F70 for anti-infantry and fortified position tasks. 50 rounds are carried for this gun. In addition to this, there was also a 30mm 2A72 cannon with 500 round capacity, capable of using HE, APDS or APFSDS ammo depending on the task. On top of this, a 7.62 and 40mm grenade launcher was mounted too, and as if this wasn't enough, the rear had 2 machine gun ports, with a horizontal traverse of 90 degrees and a vertical traverse of -3 degrees to +20 degrees. Each machine gun carried 1,000 7.62 rounds, and each grenade launcher 300 40mm rounds. In total, the tank had over 10 guns with 5,000 7.62 bullets, 900 40mm grenades, 500 30mm rounds, and 50 100mm round. Here's what it would look like if you laid all of that out. It has the exact same amount of guns as a T-35 or the A7V, and probably enough ammunition and cannons to equip an entire platoon. However, this number of cannons and crew members in a single hull raises some concern about how to coordinate on a modern battlefield. The vehicle also lacks some critical features like a 360-degree command and cupola or a CITV system, as seen on a BMPT. The lack of such systems would have limited its awareness, which would have been critical in an Afghan war setting. One prototype of the Object 782 was built and was sent for testing together with its brother, the Object 781. However, following testing, the Object 782 was abandoned and the project was discontinued. Today, you can see this tank at Patriots Park.